And especially some of you that are a little bit older, some of your generation had this delusion of like, don't cry, cowboy up. Well, I can tell you, I live with cowboys. I mean, and it's beautiful. Most of my life is with ranchers, uneducated, hardworking ranchers. And these are literally people that spend most of the day in the saddle. They have a real quality that the Tibetans have. And cowboys cry a lot. I mean, it's amazing. These tough Marlboro men, they cry quite freely, but they also, and I think it's a kind of sacred masculinity, they also don't cry when there's a crisis that needs to be dealt with. You see what I mean? So if there's a calf that's completely entangled in barbed wire, whether it's a cowgirl or a cowboy, they have an ability the cowboy up has an ability to go, get their rifle and shoot the cattle, But I can promise you, when they go to bed at the end of the day, they're weeping for that cattle. Right? So the cowboy up thing there's a use for it in the moment when something needs to be dealt with, But there's a real, in my experience with both the Tibetans and the cowboys, and I've really seen a cross between those two worlds. It's fascinating. There's a real ability to feel and to grieve heartedly, which I find so admirable. And then again, that toughness comes in just that ability to be tough when you need to. As a quick aside, I was teaching yoga in my neighborhood for any of the ranchers that wanted to learn yoga, and surprisingly people showed up. And one woman I remember, she showed up one day for yoga, and she was wearing tight Wranglers and that were covered in blood, And I was like, interesting, it's not quite Lululemon, it's like an interesting yoga outfit. And I said, wow, you have a lot of blood. She's like, yeah, I've been castrating bulls all morning. I was like, wow, this is a very different yoga class than you'd see in Williamsburg, It's like, wow.